Yeah? Up. G'day guys, welcome to another episode of Dingle DIY, and in this episode we are continuing on with the work at my house here. So this is the House of the Moon, and this is another build episode. So last episode we did a lot downstairs. We got all our windows, which meant we could put them in and start thinking about plaster and cladding. And at the end of last episode I mentioned that we were still waiting on one window and that was holding us back from a lot of things. So in this episode we get that window, we put it in, move some doorways around, plaster some more upstairs, do some more work on this stairwell, and then set ourselves up for cladding in next episode. So let's jump into the time lapses and I'll explain a few extra things as we go along.
Yeah, I'm flush, yeah, it's all perfectly straight. Yeah. not laughing now. I know.
Lay it over the ladder. Put your hand on the ground.
I'll get paid on this. How am I not supposed to hit the roof? Yeah. Tell me how much more.
Or the red button.
It's recording. It's got 2 seconds of footage.
Yes. Ta-da. Yeah? You want to be in this video? Up. Alright, obviously I was having a bit of a shit day with filming when we did the eaves. Now, I'll just explain what happened there and my thought process to all of that, and why the front eaves didn't get done at the same time as the sides and the back eaves. Now, we got all the asbestos removed off this house, that's why we're recladding, and that's why we need to put new eave sheets on. And this front little balcony here, that's just completely ruined. We need to replace that, but we're gonna cross that bridge later. The whole point is the posts going up through the eaves. I didn't want to put my new eaves around the old posts because the old posts would be getting removed. So it'd be a shame to work around something that's actually not permanent. And so the solution I came up with so that we could put the eave sheets on without putting holes in them was to have these temporary diagonal braces, and then we can redo the balcony and the deck, put our permanent posts in, and then pull away those temporary diagonal ones. But putting them in temporarily means that we can permanently install our eaves, keep all the possums out, keep all the cold and hot air out, depending on what we want, what time of year it is. So, and we also got to put our lights up there and just get one step closer to finishing. So I didn't film much of that, but this is how it sits now. Now, just while I'm here, I'll remind you, the plan is to put a garage right here. That needs a permit. Extend the deck onto the roof of the garage and put a balustrade all the way around, and replace all this crappy decking while we're at it. So at the minute we've just got some 3mm brace ply as the cladding on the front of the house, and that will get covered up with Hebel or foam that we will then render, but there's no point doing the final cladding because there's so much nonsense and demolition to happen here. So this is how the house is going to sit until we get some money and a permit for the new garage. As you can see, the stairwell is plastered, not finished, but plastered at least. And originally when we put the stairs in, we didn't have money or time to plaster. So we just put the stairs in, did all the framing and demolition in one stage, and then I had to come back, remove the stairs so that I could plaster behind them, do the plastering, and then put the stairs back on. So that's where these things sit. Another thing stopping us from plastering the stairs at the time was this wall and the cavity slider inside this wall. So this room previously was the laundry until we cut the floor out of it and turned it into a stairwell. And like I said, we originally just had a face fixed door here, which chewed up a lot of floor space and wall space inside this nursery slash study. So we put our cavity sliding door in, which meant we could plaster, and the benefit of this cavity sliding door is that there's no need to keep this part of the wall open to allow for the door, because now it's inside the wall. Now, one thing I failed to show was me building this balustrade here. So this is just a piece of spotted gum. Just wanted a bit of extra thickness here, and I've also put a shadow line in the plaster underneath the handrail. It's a nice little detail. So obviously got to finish it up, but this is something I just forgot to show you earlier. So now we just need a top coat sand, give it a paint, and then that'll be pretty much it for the staircase. Alright, so obviously we got our big window in. This is our feature window, very happy with that. And while we were doing the carpentry and plastering here, we decided to move the bedroom door. It used to be in this corner, as you would have seen. And the benefit of moving it is it creates more of a lounge space here. You can see the couch fits a lot more sensibly in the room. And it also makes the passage through the bedroom to the bathroom a lot better. And the last benefit is, compared to having the door here, we always had this sliding door for the wardrobe here. So that corner was always useless, and having a door here made this corner useless because they're both passageways. So moving the door not only gives us a better lounge room setup, but it gives us a whole extra corner in the bedroom and a whole bunch more wall space compared to the old layout. because now both doors are next to each other, they're both in the same passageway, it all just makes a lot more sense. So this is as far as we got with the first round, and in a few episodes time I'm planning to pretty much finish all of upstairs except the kitchen, which will mean plaster and paint everywhere. So bedrooms, lounge rooms, study, and the stairs. Alright, that's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Now, I hope you enjoyed those few explanations as well as what we got up to and why we did things the way we did them. And I just want to say this video probably marks about halfway through the renovation as a whole. The only thing we aren't touching here is pretty much the original upstairs house frame and the original roof. So everything else is getting redone, as you can tell. Now, next episode we're going to be jumping into cladding and rendering and a little bit of painting. So we're really going to transform the outside of this house. As you can tell, it's looking pretty good. So if you want to see the results from that, subscribe, and then you'll see everything to do with this rendering behind me. You'll see that next episode. So thanks for hanging around. Hope to see you next time, and hope you enjoyed another video on the House of the Moon.